right. I feel like I need intro music. I just heard like Lil Jon playing that remix one with like Ozzy's beat. I don't know. I'm tired. Head hurts. But now I'm gonna start doing things. Of course, like I have a part on the YouTube where I talk about things involving the store for mainly customers. But I think there's gonna be a lot of times where just overall talking about being part of a store and what comes up. And the main thing that's been like blowing my mind lately has been the whole thing you hear. You go on Facebook, you go anywhere, and it's support your local hobby shops, card shops, whatever you want to call them, comic book stores. So here's the thing. I see people all the time recommending order from this online store. This eBay store has this for really cheap. Blah 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 blah. Now, granted, if you have no store near you, great. I understand you can't really get it like most of us can. Get it good, but when it comes to, especially like in my area, I'm in California. We have a ton of shops. And I understand if another shop is really high, you may want to talk to them about that. Say, look, I can go here and get it. It does suck having that discussion. I've had that before. Not so much with, it's mainly like with toy things and stuff like that, because Amazon clearly is a thing. But my thing is, you got to have these open communication to make it more understandable to the owner, seller, whoever it may be. It's just common sense. We're living in a time. That's what people need to understand, that the hobby shop is evolving, or you should be evolving. If you're not evolving, you're in for a rude awakening, because you will slowly over time not have a store at all, and you won't be planning unless you're doing stuff online already, or you had something set up for the worst of the worst. So that being said, for example, people will see certain boxes coming out, and they'll tell everybody, hey, go buy it from this person. He's on eBay and it's this cheap. Great. I don't know how he's gonna get at that price. Cool. It looks like he's under wholesale, at least to my knowledge, from all my wholesalers and everywhere else I've ever checked. Cool. Don't know, don't get it. Here's the thing. You need somewhere to play, though. Please support those stores. And again, if they are too high, let them know and compare it. Maybe they'll work with you. I would think a lot of owners would rather work with you than lose that money. And if they'll lose their money, hey, that's on them then. That's on them. If they rather lose that money, that's fine. That's why I've went through a different approach where I know no matter what people do in my community, and I gotta get myself centered here, it's annoying me. In my town, I know no matter what happens, no matter what way we go about this, I'll be fine. No matter what. I picked the right location, the right overhead, the way I carry products, and the way I sell products. I do it so I could really have no customers for 2 months, and I'll be fine. Online is the thing. This is the future now, and I understand that. And you have to work with that. But don't complain to me when you don't see me running tournaments for your game of your choice because you weren't supporting it, And that's the hard part, and that's the big thing with all of this, is you want somewhere to play. I saw everyone buying out GameStop for Pokemon, and I think even Magic and stuff like that. Well, that's great. It sucks because they're going to hurt the secondary market because so many packs are being opened. Prices are going to drop. But granted, it wasn't too big of a deal. But let's say it went that far. Here's the thing. That's awesome and all because GameStop doesn't give a fuck about when it comes to, making sales or anything like that. They're a corporation. The guy behind there is not worried if you buy it or not. But the thing is GameStop going to hold a tournament? I mean, I don't think so. That's my thing. This guy that has a closet and he's sitting there selling these for this dirt cheap. Cool, you're giving him money. He's making whatever the hell he's making. I don't get how he's making it, but you're not. He's not gonna set up shop in that closet for you to have a tournament. That's the thing. Don't you want to play with people? And yes, internet is huge. It's very huge. You can even get to the point where we can play with people online. It's kind of messier, but hey, if you have to, you have to. But is it the same? No, it's not. And no one here can argue and tell me it's the same as playing with someone face to face. I think we're in a time that running a hobby shop, I love the biggest thing I love about it is the community and hanging out and coming together and actually socializing. And when you play board games, card games, whatever it is, you're with people. We are so disconnected. Like now, I'm doing this on YouTube. You know, everything is done. If you if you want to order a pair of damn underwear from Amazon, you just tell Alexa or whoever, Google, order me this, and they will do it for you. We are in a way different time. So it's nice when we can have some of these original things in life, like social interaction. And are you really willing to lose that to save money? Now, I understand everyone's tight on money, and you're like, well, look, I just order from this place, but I still go to my shop and I buy food, candy, blah, 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 blah. That doesn't make the bills up. I'm sorry. If you really, if it's a good store, if you care about your store, support it. If it's like I said, a little too high, talk to them about it. And if you don't like that store, support another store. You will find a good store. If it's another store that may be 2 hours away and they can ship it to you, but it's better price, even shipped, support them because they're doing something better. The whole thing is you gotta support your stores because you will run out of places to play. Okay, we're in a time now where we can order. That's why like toys, pops. I don't carry any of that anymore. Mugs, toy banks. You see these little cute things. Do me a favor. Next time you go to one of your favorite card shops that carry those kind of things, toys and stuff like that, run your finger across them and tell me if there's dust on your hand. They're cool. They're awesome looking. They give you the comic vibe, the card shop vibe, but that's not what's going to make you your money. And that's what gets bought during Christmas time, instinct birthday presents. I shouldn't say instinct, impulse birthday purchase. That's what that's there for. You know what I mean? But normally, go price check that with Amazon. Amazon's going to be a lot lower. Now, that really does screw over that store, and, you know, I don't want to do that for you, but I'm saying we need to get with the times and understand the way things are. We are getting screwed, you know? Magic. Made me think of this. The reason why I'm doing this because there was a discussion on one of the Facebook groups, and Magic shop owners were talking about, you know, how Magic does not give a fuck at the moment about the shops because we used to get exclusives, you know, and now it's not so much. The fact that Iconic Masters went to Walmart was crazy. The fact that you can get these certain things at certain other places is crazy because guess what? You know, Joe Nobody went to bought a shop vac a few months ago, doesn't want to use it anymore. Walmart has a horrible return policy. They take anything back. They got credit now. They could go buy themselves, you know, whatever they want. It doesn't matter because they're able to get it a different way and not through your local store. So there's so many different ways and so many different things that are going on here. And people were just talking about how, you know, they don't care about us. And I mean, to an extent, wouldn't say they don't give a fuck about us, but at the same time, they care about themselves and making money. And that's how business is. So I can't hate on them for that, even though it may suck for me in the long run. But you got to roll the punches. You have to figure out the ways to get around it and how to evolve. And that's the whole thing. A lot of these stores are so stuck in the past. They don't quite understand how we have to move and get going. But with that being said, even though you can help them evolve, you can help explain things. mention Amazon, mention things like that. Ways to price match, ways to run tournaments to make money. Different leagues, things like that. You always got to think of something else. So my thing is support your local stores best you can. You want places to play. You want to have at least some kind of social interaction in a world where we are losing it daily. We don't have it daily. I'm alone in the house talking on a microphone, talking to no one. But hopefully people hear this. But that's how it is right now. We are losing social interaction, and that it's sad because that's the best things. And I don't care who you are, where you come from. If you play hobby games, you will have, no matter how many bad experiences you have, you will have some good ones you would like to share, and you would also have people you've met through this time of you playing whatever game it was that have become your friend or a lifelong friend, or hell, even a partner, spouse, whatever you want to call it. We can't lose that. So you got to just be there and support your local stores and try to not go for these little cheap undercuts to save yourself $5. You know what I mean? It's different if you're saving a whole lot more. Like, granted, I know there's stores around here that sell boxes of Magic for $125. I do $95. It's a huge difference. So if you're going from that, that's a huge drop. That's a $30 drop. So if somewhere online does it that much bigger, again, bring it to them. Tell them about it. They're gonna probably say we're not Walmart. We don't price match. And if they don't, that's fine. But at least they're gonna be aware. And if a store doesn't want to meet you halfway, I believe that's not doing justice for themselves or the customer. I mean, the customers are what matter in all this. Making people happy and making them come back. And if they do enjoy your store, they will buy things that are a little bit marked up just to see you stay around. I've already seen within the last 5-6 months 2 stores close that have been around forever. And I've seen probably about 2 go back and forth if they're going to close or not. It's a scary thing. These are people's businesses, their livelihood. But it's one of those things that sucks. And, it's not something that people have to have. People don't have to have hobbies in their life. So it's not something that you're guaranteed to keep making money off of. And regardless if they're competition or not, but most of these guys are not. They're just, pretty cool guys. It sucks, but it's the way it goes. There's got to be ways for you to figure out, like I said, how to just evolve with it. And I think a lot of people are stuck and don't want to. I'm already thinking about next month. If you play Magic, this may not be something for you, but Magic's really dull right now for Standard. Really dull. So I'm already planning for next month what I'm going to do in the meantime to help out with drafting. What different ways I can draft and stuff. You always got to think ahead. And I mean, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but that is something that I pride myself is setting up to figure out the next move. Being a step ahead. And I think that's what we need to do. But again, you can do that for your shops as well. Tell them ideas. And a lot of them may not want to hear it because they don't want to hear, they run their store how it is. But, I mean, sadly, that's what will put them into the ground. And they won't adapt. And that's the problem. But overall, hopefully, you could get through to some of these guys. And, I'm not saying everybody's sitting here not trying to support their local shops. But if you aren't and you're trying to get for that cheaper deal, just try to talk to them. Try to make it a thing. Try to make it where they can actually notice. Trust me, we all shop owners hate Amazon. I use Amazon like crazy, but I don't use it for, my things. But whoever, when I buy from there to get your underwear, socks, or whatever, you're taking it from wherever else you're buying from. So it's just a little different when it's corporations, you feel like, than a person that just owns a shop. And it's their life, their livelihood. They emptied out their bank to open, and their passion, So it's a little different when you go and order stuff off Amazon, eBay, just because some guy has a slick deal through someone, and they can just, Magic Wizards has very very strict rules on selling product, and it's crazy to me that some of these places aren't even an actual brick and mortar. They say they are, but they're just like this hallway, you know. I mean, I'm not wrong. I'm close to being a little closet myself, but we actually can sit 24 people at least in my shop. But these are people that literally have like just almost like a PO box without it being a PO box, and they are hurting other guys. And again, I undercut people all the time. It's business, but again, I'm these guys are undercutting, and we have no idea where they are or who they're from. We at least have faces to us other guys that have lower values, and we have a community that we're trying to grow. So my thing is, I want to have the lowest prices to get you to come in here and play and keep this game, whatever it is, thriving. I want to do it so you don't have to break your check that much more. I want you to play, and I'm